By far the most common argument for keeping the Electoral College we hear all the time is,
it protects the small states.
The big reason for this is because you can't just have people pandering to a few big cities. Let's stop by New York, D.C., Los Angeles, San Francisco, Detroit in the 50s, promise them a bunch of stuff, wrap this up and go home. So the whole reason to try and balance that power is because I know these crappy states that you think of as flyover states, we'll continue, we'll get to that, like Wyoming, they can't have their vote drowned out by people who are corralled in the big cities.
The idea is that the Electoral College, by overrepresenting small states, gives them more power and forces presidential candidates to pay attention to these smaller states, whereas without the Electoral College, presidential candidates would only pay attention to a handful of big states or big cities. But is Crowder actually correct, or is he once again just lying through his teeth to defend a system that benefits his side? Let's find out. According to the 2020 United States Census, the top 15 smallest states in the United States are New Mexico, Nebraska, Idaho, West Virginia, Hawaii, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, Montana, Delaware, the Dakotas, Alaska, Vermont, and Wyoming. Out of the 212 major campaigning events in the last presidential election, these states received a whopping 7. That's 3.3% going to the 15 smallest states. Meanwhile, more than half of all major campaign events took place in just 4 states, Pennsylvania, Florida, North Carolina, and Michigan. All 4 belong to the top 10 largest states by population. But why? Simple, because of the winner-take-all system. It doesn't matter if Trump carries Alabama by 20 points or by 30 points, he's always going to carry that state and its 9 electoral votes. This encourages presidential candidates to focus most of their attention on close states that both candidates could win. We call these states the swing states. They're the only states that truly matter in any presidential election, while a vote everywhere else is basically meaningless. If we look at the last 4 presidential elections, there have been a total of 1,164 major campaign events. More than half of these went to just 4 states, again, all 4 among the top 10 largest states. The Electoral College creates exactly the same situation that conservatives like Crowder claim it prevents, the entire election being decided by just a handful of big states. As I'm writing this, the entire 2024 election will likely come down to just 3 very narrow battleground states, as every other state has already made up their mind about who they're likely going to vote for. There are a few states that have tried to mitigate this problem by allocating electoral votes to the winners of each congressional district to make it a bit more proportional, but that system still has the flaw that one side could gerrymander the congressional districts in their favor. There is no reason at all to keep the Electoral College, an outdated system that has consistently failed to do what it was supposed to do, that allows losers to win, that makes elections look like sports events, and that even the Founding Fathers never intended as more than a temporary compromise until a better way of electing the president was found. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. If so, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future uploads. Cheers.